This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan. With your host, Bradley Summers. And get the latest from Alpena Community College with ACC President Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Bradley Summers, and today our first guest is Catherine Noak with the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena. Hey, Kat.
Hey, Brad. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Always a pleasure.
Great. Even on the weekends, you have to see me, right?
I know. It's what we do for our community, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We show up, right?
Every day.
So, a lot of really exciting things are happening at the Boys and Girls Club, as it always does. But, some of the social media posts that we've been seeing in the community are talking a little bit about, being in the new building for the soft opening and some of the awesome partnerships and collaborations that are happening right now in this larger building. Talk a little bit about some of the partnerships and collaborations that the club is having this summer.
So one of the big ideas that the kids and the staff have mentioned that they really want to experience while at the Boys and Girls Club is to get out into their community and experience all the wonderful things that we have to offer here in Alpena. And so we partnered with multiple businesses, organizations that gear towards youth programming, not at the Boys and Girls Club, but we're getting the Boys and Girls Club youth there. So this year, or this summer, we have been going to Brush Up, and they've been learning about ceramics. We've been going to the bowling alley and actually have a bowling league for youth that they're learning skills and participating in that. And we are going over to Art in the Loft. That's one that we've been doing for quite some time now, and it's always an amazing experience for the kids. And then we also have partnered with the Michael Phelps Foundation to offer swim lessons to the kids at the Plaza Pool, and then also going to the Alpena Gymnastics gym at the Aplex, and they're learning gymnastics with coaches and everything. So it's been fun-filled and definitely very busy, getting them out to experience those things that maybe they otherwise wouldn't be able to.
How are you getting all those kids to all these locations?
So we have an amazing partnership with Thunder Bay Transportation, and they come to the Boys and Girls Club, pick up the kids, take them to whatever program we're doing for the day, and bring them back. So. Awesome. They take the dial-a-ride buses.
Now, something that a lot of people out there watching don't know yet is that with the swimming program, you actually attended a training. It was out in Arizona,
yep.
And it was the Michael Phelps Foundation, and you actually got to meet Michael Phelps.
Yeah, so I went down in May it's like a Train the Trainer seminar where his swim team actually came and taught us the different strokes and how to teach kids to feel safer and more confident in the water. And I met Michael and his wife Nicole out there, and they're exceptional people and definitely big believers in the the youth and how they are building our future. And the program is not just in the water either. There's book work, if you will, and activities that help them feel confident outside of the water too. So it's I am successful and I am healthy. So helping them make healthy decisions and gain confidence within themselves. So
it sounds like a club program.
Absolutely is.
That's such a cool opportunity.
Yes.
So one of the things that I hear a lot, and I know you hear a lot, and since we do get to work together within the Boys and Girls Club, is when is the grand opening? And it's one of those questions that I know you and I kind of bounce off, and as well as some board members, but because we're already in the building.
Yes.
And talk a little bit about now that the kids and the program and the staff is actually in the building, what is it meant to be in this big, beautiful, brand new building?
Well, it means just another more updated facility that the kids can grow in. I mean, it really is the future of our community, and it's amazing to be in a space where they can have room to grow and play and learn and actually experience all of the wonderful programs that we have to offer. And you know, the one thing that the kids really have, you know, asked and learned about is that the community did this for us, and they helped us get here, and they supported our youth into going into a space that, you know, that they deserve, you know, that's updated and that is more productive to their learning environment. So
on June 12th, the doors open for the soft opening of the organization.
Correct.
Have you seen more or less kids?
Oh, we've seen so many more kids. This year, we've almost doubled our numbers in how many kids that we're programming for. So we had an extreme, you know, amazing soft opening, you know, a well-received response from the kids and the families, and it's just amazing to be able to program to that many youth, those kids who need us, and that's our mission, is for those kids who need us most. And it's apparent that there's so many other kids out there that, you know, we wouldn't be able to facilitate in our previous building.
Oh, and it's just amazing to, you know, to walk around and see the happy faces of not only the kids but the staff, you know, and being able to separate the kids by age group more effectively, and, you know, and create less mitigation where the kids are, you know, passing by you know, all day long in that smaller building that we're in there, and, you know, so it's, you know, the flow is so much better.
Yes, yeah, the flow is absolutely so much better. It's really important, you know, especially us opening up to those kids that are in kindergarten and 5 years old, being able to teach them that structure. So I believe that with them being able to be in this building, that they'll be able to go to school, go to kindergarten, and actually understand the structure of a youth building, you know, more effectively now that we're in this space.
Well, and for inquiring minds, the grand opening and ribbon cutting will be announced once the donor wall and signage and everything is complete. But, you know, I know I'd be remiss to say that, you know, without the supportive community, you and I would not be able to go into this building every day and share this with the community like we've been able to for the last 7 weeks. So,
yes.
Pretty incredible, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's definitely, you know, something that to see with your own eyes and be a part of is just, I mean, I would go out to say life-changing, and I know that that's true for the young people that are going there every day. So.
Well, thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for all the kind things that you say about the kids and our next generation, and, you know, putting up with an executive director at the Boys and Girls Club every day. You know, I really appreciate it, and, you know, the club and, you know, and the kids are lucky to have your leadership, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. I always love talking about our amazing things that are happening at the Boys and Girls Club.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to have more conversations.
Yes.
And thank you all for joining us in the first segment. Please stay tuned for Pam Dietz and Melissa Smith from the Second Chance Animal Shelter. Welcome back, everyone. Our next two guests are from the Second Chance Animal Shelter here in Alpena. We have the Vice President of the Board, Pam Dietz.
Yes.
And the new Acting Manager, Melissa Smith. So, Pam, we were talking a little bit about the show, about some of the things, you know, as a vice president and a board of a nonprofit in the community, some of the wonderful things that you wanted to see accomplish, you know, over the last 6 years?
Yes, 6 years it has been. We've worked very hard. Basically, the first agenda was becoming a 501c3 nonprofit, so any donations become tax deductible. And then our focus was a building. And so that the last 6 years, it's been the building. COVID kind of stalled that for a couple of years, but we kept on it. And we have a wonderful facility right now. Our next goal is to be able to house animals. And so Melissa Smith is our newly hired manager. We're very excited about that. She has a rescue and vet tech background, and so she fits very well with our organization and our mission statement, which is to afford a second chance for abandoned and homeless animals. So one of the goals that Melissa has is working on having a state inspection. We're hoping within the next couple months that we can achieve that, and so Melissa is working on that.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your position.
Thank you.
You know, and it's so wonderful. You know, leadership within a nonprofit organization is important. You know, as with any other organization. But you know, someone who brings that passion and brings the understanding of how animals are and the need that the animals have in the community. It sounds like that's something that you have.
Oh yes, and I've got, you know, the nurturing nature to take care of them and help meet a need, and so I'm very excited about this opportunity.
Awesome. And so, I mean, are you just getting right in, hitting the ground running, or you know, are there some things that you want to accomplish first?
Absolutely, yes. So one of the things Pam mentioned was the state inspection. We really want to open our doors. We want to house animals and afford the community a place to go view the animals on a regular basis, and you know, have more staff even. So it's all a work in progress. It's a step-by-step thing, but we are working towards it, and we've got some of the computer programming set up now, so that's a huge step, and you know, we're waiting on the state inspection so that we can take it to the next step.
So will the Second Chance retail boutique, will that also be one of the things that you will manage while you're there?
I will not. I will let others take care of that and sail that ship.
So your main focus, being you know, the new acting manager now, is just the operations of the animals.
Yes, and the shelter itself.
And the shelter itself. So bringing in the fostering, the spay and neutering services, all of that.
And meeting some of their medical needs too, because inevitably with the overpopulation of cats, you know, they come into us with great needs, and so we want to be able to meet those needs medically and, you know, physically by providing them a home and an opportunity to get a new home.
Awesome. And Pam did mention too, you know, some of the background that you have. Would you like to talk about any of that, or?
Oh yeah, like my very first job was at an animal shelter, so it's been from the beginning that's something that draws me in. And then I was a vet tech for over a decade before moving around with the military and doing the stay-at-home mom thing. So, you know, it was, and then I got into education, so it all plays a role in itself and works together, you know, to lead me to this position and being able to lead this team.
That's awesome. You know, and you know, I kind of touched on it a little bit at the beginning too, but you know, when you have an individual like yourself that has, you know, you have children, you have a military background, you are a vet tech, you have the passion for the position that you're in, and that equates to really good things happening in the community. Now I know Pam, you know, and the board, you have all done a lot of work, you know, over the past, you know, little less than a decade just to get to this point where you have an acting manager and leadership there, and now I'm sure with the board of directors, you guys, the strategic focus does move a little bit towards, you know, thinking a little more outside the box as the board, and then working with Melissa to provide more opportunities.
Yes, and we look forward to being able to work with other shelters, and we already have begun that because, you know, there's a need out there, and experienced shelters offer educational opportunities for us also. So yes, we're doing that. One of the programs though that I'd like to mention is our SNP program, which Melissa volunteers in. So Melissa, would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I touched briefly about the medical aspect and needs of our community, and one of those is, you know, controlling the population, and spay and neuter is very important, whether it's cats, dogs, all of the like. Right now we're doing the SNP program and it is just cats, but since 5 clinics now, we've got about 90 cats spayed and neutered. And think of how many litters of kittens that's preventing. We do work with other organizations within the community to, you know, bridge the gap, and other shelters. But yes, this is a program that we're excited to offer to help offer the community through Dr. Amanda Zorner, and we're excited to see that flourish.
Yeah, that's an incredible opportunity.
Yeah, it's a low-cost spay-neuter, and it's, yeah.
And we've been doing it once a month, except for this month we did it twice. And we've got another one next month, and you can sign up. You can go on our Facebook page to sign up for that. But we also have big news that we have our
website.
Our website is active now.
Nice.
Yeah, so just spell out secondchanceanimalshelter.org, and you'll have access to our new website. And the new computer program that we're going to use will allow people to see our adoptable pets on that site once they, we get good pictures in and they're in the facility.
Yeah, because you've always had amazing posts through your Facebook posts, staying up to date on that. I've liked it for many years, but seeing all the wonderful things and of course the boutique as well, and all the things that are for sale there. But I'm very impressed with the work that you've done, and it's amazing to see it just growing and growing. Many times, I've sat here and talked with Leanne, and just to hear a board perspective and a new manager position, is an incredible opportunity for this community.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to say thank you both so much for what you're doing for, the pet population in our community and trying to find these forever homes, for our furry friends.
Oh, yeah.
The alliteration. But thank you. Apparently they're trying to drag me off stage right now. No, not at all. But I really appreciate both you two for taking the time to be here today and talk about it. And congratulations again.
Thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate the opportunity as well.
Well, I hope that we'll have many more of these opportunities too going forward. So thank you so much for being here.
Awesome.
Thank you, Brett.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody for tuning in today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Please stay tuned for the ACC segment after the break.
Good morning. I am Jay Walterwright, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is the ACC portion of Talk of the Town. With me this morning is Alan Telgenhoff, ACC's Athletic Director. Welcome, Alan. How are you?
I'm great, Jay. Good morning.
Good morning. I know you've been on the show once before, but I wanted to tell our viewers a little bit about you. Alan is our full-time athletic director now. He's been with the college full-time for about 6 months, a little bit more, and he has done an amazing job of pulling together a lot of different parts of the athletic program together into a cohesive and dynamic group, and we're very excited to have Alan there, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he's been doing to lead the ACC Lumberjacks. So welcome, Alan. It's nice to have you here.
Thanks, Jay. Yeah, like you said, I've been the athletic director since January, and initially was really overseeing the baseball and softball programs, and now I'm getting integrated into all 6 of our programs. So we have cross country and volleyball in the fall, men's and women's basketball in the winter, baseball and softball in the spring. And so we have a good amount of sports, good amount of student athletes. And at this point, we're getting ready for the upcoming season. So a lot going on with scheduling and getting ready for the students to come back. And then add to that, we've entered into a contract with Nike. So we're a Nike branding school now. So we're going through that process of ordering our first Nike products. And I was just telling you off air, we actually had gotten our first batch of those here for cross country. And then in conjunction with that, we just, with your help and the committee that we put together, developed a new logo for ACC Athletics, which we're really excited about, and just got our first logoed items. And I was saying, I wish I would have brought them with me here this morning, but it's just hot off the presses. Literally yesterday, we got those. So that's been an exciting endeavor, and I appreciate the work that you did and our committee on coming up with that logo.
Well, that was a great experience, and I appreciate your leadership in that activity. There's so much interest in logo wear for the college, and we've been working on getting the right colors, and we had a group put together to create a new logo. We're going to go with ACC Lumberjacks as our official name, and really excited about that. So why don't you tell our viewers how they would go about getting some of this logo wear if they're excited and want to support the teams?
Sure. Well, the best way to do that is through the ACC bookstore. I just passed along the logo that was finalized to Richard over at the bookstore, and my understanding is they're going to be ordering new items with that logo wear and with the logo. And so it'll be available there right at the ACC bookstore. So that's their best bet to get those going forward.
Great. So I remember when the baseball team was first started, there was a lot of interest in baseball hats, but there's going to be a wide selection of different things. Some of it will match the teams, right? And some of it will just be in support of ACC and the athletics program.
Right, absolutely. So it'll, the deal with Nike that we have is that the college athletic programs are going to purchase Nike wear. So if you want to get basically the uniforms, the footwear, those are going to be Nike. So obviously fans are free to, track that down as well. But just for the normal ACC wear, it'll be, as you said, the ACC logo. It's a neat logo that we have, ACC Lumberjacks with the axe head kind of in the background, and so that'll be fun. But specifically about baseball, as you were saying, we just ordered the new baseball hats, so those will be coming in.
Those are very popular.
But it was an exciting time, and that's actually how I got my start at ACC, is through helping with the baseball program. So I started last fall when Coach Rob Enslin was getting the program off the ground, and he reached out to me, asked if I would help because I have coached high school baseball for many years. So started at ACC really as a volunteer assistant coach through the baseball program, and after 50 years of being away, then the baseball is back at ACC, and so we got it underway. And out in Asanique, which is really neat, the community out there has really taken to the program. Baseball and softball are both out in Asanique, and they just recently, I don't know if you've seen it, they redid the billboard out there, the Welcome to Asanique, where it says, home of Alpena Community College Lumberjack Baseball and Softball.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a big billboard as you come into a town there in Asanique.
That's great.
Promoting our program, so it's just been an awesome experience with those programs.
I think that's a great example of how supportive the community has been of the baseball program. I know I was at the team's first game, and that was really exciting. There were a lot of people there. There was a lot of reminiscing about the use of the field and the teams. You pointed out that it was, the college had a baseball team 50 years ago. It was, I guess, paused, and now it's back again. So there's a lot of great history there too.
Well, I knew the community was going to be supportive because, like you said, we had a large crowd for our games. We only hosted twice last year, and we'll be doing that more this year. As a matter of fact, baseball is going to host some fall baseball games. But I knew we were going to have great support in the Alpena community when we had spectators at our practices.
Yes.
In many years of coaching high school baseball, I hadn't really seen that. Maybe a parent here or there that would show up, but we actually had people sitting out at the picnic tables watching practice on almost a daily basis. So I knew that once the game started, it was only going to get better. But so this year we're excited. We're going to host a lot more. As I said, we're going to host, baseball is going to host at least twice this fall.
Great.
So people can come out for that. And then in the spring, obviously we'll be back in regular season play and hosting some games out there as well.
Well, wonderful. Any thoughts about the fall sports?
Well, we're excited. We've got Sarah Prevost, our volleyball coach. Volleyball made the playoffs last year for the first time in quite some time. Actually, all three of our women's sports made postseason play, which was awesome. So I just met with Sarah yesterday. She's excited about this upcoming season, so that'll be great. And then Mark Jacobs with his cross-country team. He's got a lot of returning runners this year, so we're looking forward to good things with both of those programs this fall.
Well, I know Coach Jacobs does a wonderful job with his runners, and they are consistently academic All-Americans, so they're great athletes and great students, which is exactly what the college likes to see. So, well, that's about all of our time, Alan. Thank you for joining me. I very much appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining me once again. I am Jay Walterite, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is Talk of the Town.
This has been Talk of the Town. with your hosts Bradley Summers and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at WVKB11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production. All rights reserved.